so rich.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
So rich.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
Every single time. Sorry. Rich son. Girl, me forget rich. Go around the world while you fetish. Shelly don't leave like the world is. Once after monkey bill and X-Lace plus like them, go the one now we get this. Yes, happiness money can buy. Make me tell you why. I go on my retreat. Still want to get more money to
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
Real meaning I sweep the victory and build up my history. See, once big police and upskill sinting. Private islands additionally can't make we get rich. Go around the world while you fetish. Shelly don't live like the world is. Once after monkey bill and X-Lace plus like them, go the one now we get this. Yes, happiness money can buy.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
Finest diamonds. Put it in a bowl of football cup the finance. Watch Panny and Wally buy it, I could have buy a ranch. Do me a bad girl, I make a issue giants. Got a money, I make them trick you. Everyone me know I got the cash for you want me to. I just want we do antics. No extra there for piece of fabric. Price about landish full China. That's where your panty, going from Grammy, next step on party. Get a youth life well hearty.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
Bugatti McLaren, I want him them calling. Can't never get rich. Go around the world while you fetish. Shelly don't live like the world is. Once after monkey bill and X-Lace plus like them, go the one now we get this.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
Let me tell you why.
Subscribe to Smoked Out Society with Havoc 3E. Like and share.
What's good, people? Welcome to another episode of Smoked Out Society. It's your boy Havoc 3E, and I'm back. We got a good one today, folks. This Nolan Xavier Wells case is getting crazier and crazier by the fucking day, man. Now there's a supposed video. I want to definitely find it before I put it out there, but allegedly there's a video out there of the mother, who's a judge, and two of the kids supposedly cleaning the boat that those kids used the day of the Nolan Wells situation. Why would a mom who's a judge at 3, almost 4 in the morning with two of the kids who are basically being accused of doing something to Nolan Xavier Wells be cleaning that fucking boat? And then the person that recorded it supposedly says in the video that he recorded that she was using furucic acid. That's the type of acid that's used to basically break up the blood compound and basically used to clean blood, people. We're not even going to bullshit it. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That's what the fuck this shit is used for. It's used to basically cover up blood and all that other bullshit. So this situation is extremely getting out of pocket. It's getting crazy. There's new evidence coming out, like the math ain't math. And first of all, the press in Mississippi lied to us, folks. We're going to go ahead. Matter of fact, y'all already know how we do. I need to smoke. I need to roll up and get my brain right so I can give you guys this content. I got some video for you guys as well. I'm going to go ahead and roll up and get right. We're going to wait for some more people to join up, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of it. But y'all already know, man, this is Smoked Out Society. I'm your host, Havoc 3E. And we'll go ahead and we're gonna get into some music or something while I roll up and shit. We're gonna listen to some music and we're gonna get it right. Definitely gonna get right, people. But it ain't it. Like I said, that shit is crazy. The whole situation is really looking real suspect and funny. It's really looking suspect and funny, and this shit gonna be definitely interesting. Give me 1 sec. Second for my One second, folks. Give me 1 second. I got lost in track. I was doing something. Sorry about that. I already know. My ass got lost in emotion. I'm about to put the music on for y'all right now. Here we go. Here we go. Some music.
I start explaining moves, let the results display. They don't see the light, I stayed up to change. Now everything I touch don't feel the same. Silent wins, I don't talk much, I just build. I don't rush, every setback turn to trust. Now my peace worth more than love. I start telling people what I'm gonna do, cause they don't feel the grind I go through. Every dream got a cost, I knew, but I paid it in silence, no interview. I remember days I was overlooked, now they study every move I took. Funny how they judge a book after it already shook. I was down, but I stayed consistent, even when it felt non-existent. Every goal I kept persisting. Now my mindset feel different. I don't argue, I just elevate. Let my words speak, let it demonstrate. Every loss I don't celebrate, I just learn and separate. Silent winds speak louder than the noise they make. I stop explaining moves, let the results display. They don't see the nights I stayed up to change. Now everything I touch don't feel the same. Silent winds, I don't talk much, I just build. I don't rush, every setback turn to trust. Now my peace worth more than love. I used to care what they all thought, now I barely answer calls talk. I've been focused on the long walk, while they distracted by small talk. I seen people switch for less, seen fake love get expressed. So I learned to protect my rest and invest in my progress. Now I don't move for approval, I move for what's more useful. If it drains me, I refuse it. If it grows me, I choose it. I've been building from the inside with no spotlight can define. Every step is aligned with the vision in my mind. Silent winds speak louder than the noise they make. I stop explaining moves, let the results display. They don't see the nights I stayed up to change. Now everything I touch don't feel the same. Silent winds, don't talk much, I just build. I don't rush, every setback turn to trust. Now my peace worth more than love. Now I move like I've been here before. No more chasing validation war. I don't need to prove anymore. I just open the door. Every failure turned into fuel. Every loss became my rule. Now I stay calm, never cool. Steady, not cruel. And if they question how I made it here, tell them silence turned to career. I stopped feeding doubt and fear. Now I see things clear. I'm not loud, but I'm real strong. Took my time, I stayed long. Now my silence feel like song that was playing all along. I don't need applause to feel valid. I just need peace in my habits. Every step I take is massive, even if nobody catches it. Silent winds speak louder than the noise they make. I stop explaining moves, let the results display. They don't see the nights I stayed up to change. Now everything I touch don't feel the same. Silent winds, I don't talk much, I just build. I don't rush, every setback turn to trust. Now my peace worth more than love. Be like missed buses, long walks, crack phone screens, salt on my fries, but the rent's still late. Mama on my line say, boy, you better pray. Friends in the group chat laughing through the pain. My life be like good days, 3 in the road and gone. Paycheck hit, then the bills bite strong. Scroll too long, start to feel all wrong. Still I wake up humming my own fight song.
My life be like, oh, when it cuts too deep. My life be like, yeah, when I still can't sleep. My life be like up, down, back around every week. My life be like I fall, I trip, I ride, it's on my eye,
my life be like hand me down dreams, thrift store fit. Laughing in the kitchen with the floorboard split. Gotta play the shell when the crew come through. Last light's gone, but the love's still full. My life be like late fees, side gigs, midnight shifts. Call the guy driving through the fog and mist. Show me where to go, I've been feeling so stuck. Radio too loud just to drown my love.
Some days it's why me, some days it's try me. Some days I'm quiet, some days I'm wildin'. If I'm still breathing, I'm still rewriting. Turn all this mess into something shiny. My life be like, oh, when it cuts too deep. My life be like, yeah, when I still can't sleep. My life be like, up, down, back around every week. My life be like, I fall, I trip, I
Miss buses, long walks, crack phone screens, salt on my fries, but the rent's still late. Mama on my line say, boy, you better pray. Friends in the group chat laughing through the pain. My life be like good days, 3 in a row and gone. Paycheck hit, then the bills by strong. Scroll too long, start to feel all wrong. Still I wake up humming my own fight song.
My life be like, oh, when it cuts too deep. My life be like, yeah, when I still can't sleep. My life be like,
What's good? I got 6 people in the building. Welcome to Smoked Out Society. I'm your host, Havoc 3E. Y'all see the topic. I do have some content for y'all, but if anybody knows, I like to smoke, wait a little bit, let you guys come up in here, because I know you peoples have been following me lately. I've been doing good with my content. I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last week or two. My numbers are going up, so I definitely want to thank all of my subscribers, everyone that's been coming on here to watch with me, who's been coming up here to debate and talk about it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, because without y'all, there's no me. I mean, why would I keep coming back up here if nobody's watching me? So that's the only reason why I keep coming up here and I'm doing this. I'm doing this for you people. The people that come up here and watch me, I'm trying to get this information out to y'all. I'm not nothing special, nothing, but I'm just in tuned on what's going on in the world, man. And the shit is crazy. So shout out to the 6 people in the building right now. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, please. You know, it's okay to say something in the chat, put something in the chat, let a brother know you feeling what he's doing. I appreciate that very much. I'm about to light this blunt so I can get right, and then I'm going to go eventually start getting into content. I'm just waiting for some of y'all to come in here and say something in the chat, make sure I ain't talking to myself. But I know I got 6 people in the building. I'm seeing it. 6 Bush members, don't matter. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all here with me, and I'm here for y'all. Let's go ahead and get to it.
down, back around every week. My life be like, I fall, I trip, I ride. It's on my eye, you won't
My life be like, yeah, we too good at this. Don't gotta say a thing. Every move just hits. Like we plan everything. We too good at this.
We got in the building, man. What's good? The Smoked Out Society. Havoc 3E. Robin House.
We don't talk too much. We just move and sing. Every little detail got me overthink. How you read my mind before I even speak.
Hello, how y'all
That's the
doing?
type of vibe everybody see. I've been in situations that don't feel right, but this one different, yeah, it feel like no pressure, no tension, no hidden fight. Just smooth. Hey, everything just fall in place. We too good at this. Don't gotta say a thing. Every move just hits. Like we plan everything. We too good at this. Ain't no in between. Every vibe legit. Like a perfect scene. I don't second guess, I just let it ride. Every moment run nothing to hide.
What's good? Seymour, hit the link. Yes, I do got some updates. Hey, yo, bro, there's a video circulating right now on the internet. Apparently, the next door neighbor who lives next to the mom, who's the judge of the kid that was involved in the situation, allegedly, they got video of them motherfuckers cleaning that boat at like 4 in the morning. Her son and one of the other kids was involved in the situation, and they were just, that's weird. Why are we cleaning boats out and shit like that and everything? And for the material that was used to clean the boat is supposedly a coagulant that to clean blood up and all that shit. Tell you, bro, something's not right. And the people are not putting the math together. Why would you need dental records to identify the body? What the fuck was wrong with his face? I can't wait for this autopsy to come back. Oh my God, bro. That shit is gonna be crazy, man. Let me get back to the music, yo. That autopsy, Seymour, when that shit come back, that shit is crazy. Exactly. Fresh water. Why were they using chemicals in the boat? If the alleged video that's out there, why were they using chemicals to clean that boat? Bro, they killed that kid on the boat, man. The 360 LifeNet on his cell phone is proving to them that they lied. They said they got back to land at around 3:30, 3:35. That's bullshit. The kid's cell phone on the 360 Life Network shows that the phone got back to inland at around 4:51. So there's about an hour and 30-something minutes from the time that they left supposedly together to the time they got to land. Bro, they went somewhere, they jumped this kid, they beat him the fuck up, they killed him, they dumped the body, and they booked it, bro. Come on. One person had his cell phone, another person had his wallet, and the nigga's car was parked in front of the house of one of the other alleged people that was on the boat with him, and then lied to his father and said he didn't have no keys. And a chick that was there that saw the keys basically told the father, nah, his keys is on top of that Xbox and all this yada, yada, yada shit. For only 5 minutes later for somebody to come out with the keys. I'm telling you now, this shit is this is bad. Mississippi might burn behind this, bro. This is really bad, bro. I'm going to get back to the music. Like I said, I'm waiting for a couple of more people to come in. Make sure you 6 people share the live out. Let's get it popping. Open panel. Let's talk about it too, man. Share it out. I'm going to play some music. I'm trying to get right. Y'all already know. Smoked Out Society. We in the building. I'm Havoc 3E, man. Let's get it.
Every time we slide, they don't get it, they don't see how it flows so naturally. We don't force it, we just be. That's the real chemistry. If it's real, it don't fade. If it's strong, it won't break. We just build, we don't fake. Every move that we make, we too good at this. Even when it's quiet.
Hey, yo, you know what's so crazy, Seymour? If that's true, why did they need to use dental records to identify the body? That's my only thing. If he drowned, okay, he drowned. But why did you need dental records to identify his body? How fucked up was his face? I mean, you know who's missing. You know what the kid looks like. How fucked up was this kid's image or face that they needed to use dental records to identify him? Come on, man. That shit, the math ain't mathing, bro. The math ain't mathing. And even the waterlog wouldn't destroy your face, though. In fact, remember, water preserves. It would have wrinkled up the skin, if anything. Come on, they needed to use dental records to identify him. What the fuck was wrong with his face? That's what I can't wait for the autopsy to come back, and it's probably going to come out tomorrow on a Monday because they've already they have the body. The autopsy is probably going to come out on Monday, all the toxicology, everything. But I'm telling you right now, it's looking like they beat this kid to death and then threw him over the boat. Something, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy, bro. Let me get back to the music. There's some more to this. There's a lot more to this. I got 6 people in the building. I got Seymour coming out the bushes, hanging out with your boy. He's probably going to hit the panel. Yo, it's okay, man. Hit the like button. Share the like out. Open panel, man. We discussing over the situation, man. What do you feel is your opinion about the whole situation? Let me hear it. You got the tap. You can come up on the panel. It is what it is. Roll up. Let's get right.
Even when it's quiet, everything's still here. Don't gotta try it. Still thinking about the way you move.
Shit is hot. These songs are official.
I mean, look at the way that he did it. Came in quiet, but everything shifted. Hands on plane in the whole room different. Say it was love, but it look like vision. I was just watching the steps that saw. Way he moved through the mess, no pause. Crown came later, the weight came first. Stood to the wall like it ain't that hard. Yeah. I mean, people keep talking like power is loud. He was the type, let the silence be proud. Walk in the spot, let the spirit get still. Everybody tough till the truth get around. And I was thinking the way that he moved. Never too pressed, never chasing the room. Word in his mouth and the water got scared. When got rebuked in the ways made room. Kinda like, who do you know with that calm? Death on the table, he breaking his arms. Touching the level like none of it's there. Whole time carrying heaven in palms. And I ain't saying it just to perform. I'm talking dust on his feet in the storm. Regular road, but the weight was enormous. Look like a man, but the presence was more. Like, wait, look what he did with the pressure. Pain hit different when purpose is settled. Cross on his back, but he carried it better. That part. Look at the way.
Smoke from mommy upstairs.
Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I see you in the building over here, cursing my kid out. So crazy. What's good, C-boy? What's good? Give me a second. Let me hit this fat real quick. We go. You know what I'm saying? See, this shit, yo, the math ain't mathing, bro. The math ain't mathing, bro. And I'm trying to find that video, bro, because that's key, bro. So I got a description of the video that's going around, Seymour. Check it out. Supposedly, the mother who's the judge to one of the kids, I guess they must live on waterfront, something like that. They got water behind their house. Apparently, in the video, you can hear whoever's filming stating that he's the neighbor or whatever. Stating that he's the neighbor. It's about almost 4 in the morning. This cat is recording what it appears to be the judge mother, her son, and one of the other kids cleaning the fucking boat out on the 5th at 4 something in the morning.
It could have been one of the kids' bloods that he was fighting. He could have been fighting one of them. They could have got fucked up on the boat, and I think they all threw his ass off and left him. I think that's what they did.
I think something like that happened. But my thing is too. The question is, what the fuck happened from 3:05, 3:10 when the girl who he was kicking it with said he left us around 3:05, 3:10. All left together, walking together.
Wait,
His cell phone doesn't bring back on land until 4:47. Yo, so for an hour and a half, they were probably giving this kid the business, bro.
They probably left his ass swimming and was doing circles around him on the boat, bro, and fucking his ass drowned.
Could be that too. After they beat his ass or something, because the thing is, they said he was a good swimmer. He's a hell of an athlete. Even if you can't swim, but you a fucking athlete, you got stamina,
bro. Even if you're the best swimmer, is after 30 minutes, your ass is probably drowning.
Yeah,
after floating.
Unless you know how to float or something. If you don't know how to float, but then again, it's hard to float when people are fucking with you. If they, intentionally threw your ass off the boat and everything. Now that makes sense. I'm gonna go with your version because that could make the sense and why when they went looking for the body on the 5th, they didn't find it, but they found it on the 6th because eventually, from wherever the fuck they dumped the body, it finally washed up somewhere. I'm telling you, something's not right. And if that video is true, that they got the mom helping the kids clean the boat at 4 in the morning, and that's the neighbor, yo, that's you guilty.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be cleaning the boat with chemicals, period. I never even seen nobody do that.
Yeah, and then the chemical that was supposedly in the video saw that you was using is a chemical used to break down blood, to clean blood. So what the fuck is going on here? You a judge, lady? Are you kidding me right now? This is what we doing? You got people online and these fucking crazy theorists and fucking cultists talking about that he was a sacrifice for the 4th of July, that they sacrificed that kid on some cult shit. This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is absolutely wild. This shit ain't making no motherfucking, it ain't mathing. That's what the problem is. We're sitting here looking at this, trying to put 2 and 2 together. We're trying to say because the kid was about to get a demon shot and they were probably jealous because they were all in the same school. Maybe they were jealous he got a shorty and they didn't while they were out there. Like we have so many theories, but when it comes down to it, No bullshit, Seymour. We don't really know what the fuck, why they did what they did to him.
They should
We
have
know
been.
they took his phone and deleted both of his Snapchat accounts.
What they should have did is, so what the kids are saying, they left him on the island and went back home.
They saying that he stood back with Shorty and they went back. And then this is the thing. First of all, that's what they said. The Shorty that was rocking with him said, yeah, we was rocking. I was feeling him. He was feeling me. We were all hanging around each other. I hung out with him the majority of the time. But when it came time to leave, he left with them. The Shorty that said he left with him, she's got people backing her alibi. She's working with the police. She's helping the family out. Because her friends say, yeah, he hung out with her and everything. We were all in the same vicinity. Then when it around 3 o'clock, he said he was leaving. She came back with us, and he left with his 3 friends. So the time period they got right now is basically between 3:05, 3:10. He walked off with his 3 friends. You got multiple witnesses saying that he walked off with his 3 friends to get back on the boat. Now these fuckers said that they got back inland at around 3:30ish or something like that, and that's when they said, nah, he didn't come with us. But that's not true, because his cell phone was with them. They had his cell phone. And on the 360 life alert, it shows that the cell phone doesn't make it back to inland into 447. So you guys lied. Wait a minute. You said you made it back inland at around 3 and change, but the cell phone doesn't come back until 447. And then you got the phone. He have his phone. One person has his phone. One person has his wallet, and his car is parked up in front of somebody else with the keys inside. Man, get the fuck out of here. Come on, Seymour. That shit is already smelling fishy. You lied about when y'all came back. Y'all must have not known that his phone had GPS tracker and that 360 life on it.
What state that happened in?
Y'all tampered with his phone because y'all deleted shit off of his phone. Mississippi. I know. Oh, yeah, I know. I saw when I said it, your eyes. I saw. Look at your face. I already know. We know that kid ain't got no shot. He's black. They're 3 white kids. We know what it is, Seymour. But come on. The evidence is so blatantly. There's no fucking way these fuckers are gonna turn a blind eye and tell us that this kid drowned. Really? When you needed to use dental records to identify his face. So in less than 24 hours, y'all found him. So how the water don't destroy flesh, it just wrinkles it up. How jacked up was his face? They fucked this nigga up, bro.
Unless some fucking creatures.
They beat the bricks off this nigga. They jumped him. Something happened. And then again, that could be, but man, like I said, we need the next 2 days. We're gonna find something out. They've had the body now in DC now for about 2. They've had the body at least since Saturday. At least they've had the body. They've had the body at least since Monday, Tuesday. It's a whole fucking week later.
And the judge.
They've had the body in DC at least now a couple of days at best.
There was the judge that questioned those kids, right?
And that judge must. Yeah, the judge is the mother of one of the kids. Why did she remove her social media account and everything? She deleted all her social media account, everything. Her son and them other 2 boys, they went fucking dark on social media. No personal account, nothing, everything. They deleted everything.
Because when the shit hit the fan, the lady might resign.
Yeah. Basically, she know her son did something. Because if it's true that they're saying,
well, any mother's gonna look out for their son, but yeah, bro, they did that kid dirty for sure.
Let me tell you something. You might laugh at this, I'm gonna tell you right now, Seymour. I could have. You imagine you home chilling and your son come home and he tell you, "What's up? Yo, man, me and my 2 friends, blah, 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 blah. Yo, we want killing this kid." Oh, what? Okay. Give me 1 second. Where's the boat at? Everything is in the back? Okay, give me 1 second. Check it out. You'll see. Check it out. Look. 911? Yeah, can you send the police to my house? I believe my son just committed a murder. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Send forensics, send 1, 2, 3, 4, send them all. Uh-huh. Yeah. After I hang up the phone, I look at my son and I tell him, hey, yo, what you want me to cook for you? Want me to throw a steak up there for you? Look, I cooked dinner, some rice and beans. I got some plantains right here. Eat yourself a nice salad, nigga, because this is probably the last good meal you're going to have in a while. For real, bro. I'm that type of parent. I know people like, God damn, that nigga's fucking brutal. He just snitched. Nah, fuck that, bro. That's crazy. Would you? You gonna help your kid try to escape a murder? If you a fucking judge and you nah, bro.
Well, if somebody tell you something, now you fucking guilty by association because you know now. But I'll be like, yo, I don't want to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I love you to death, son, for whatever you and your boys did. Y'all gotta, you should have kept that shit to yourself. Because now that shit is on my conscience, and I don't need nobody knowing that I knew that y'all motherfuckers gonna kill somebody. And then y'all evidence on the boat that's behind my motherfucking house. Hell no, nigga, you going to jail, bro. It ain't even a question of you going. I love you. Here, I'm gonna give you a hug. Like I said, I'm gonna heat up this food for you. I'm gonna send you in there right, nigga. If you want, go hit, lay down on your bed one more time, put on some clean drawers and some socks, porque
I'll be like, yo, you better go jump on the back of one of those freight trains and go somewhere.
Go, nigga, you better make like fucking Harry Potter and Kapoof or something, because when they get here, nigga, I'm happy.
You ever see the people, they be jumping on the back of freight trains and traveling the country for free?
Nigga, you better do that. And then the fucked up part about it is, even after you turn your kid in, you gotta move. That's the fucked up part about it now, see? We gotta move out of the house that we've lived in all our lives, because the fucking press, the media, people, the backlash, probably the kids' family coming over there to fuck with you and all that. Like, now I gotta get the fuck up out the state, because your stupid ass want to be out here doing dumb shit. This is crazy. My whole life is upended. When shit like that happens, they start digging in people's past. So you better pray to God your shit is clean, because if not, they got you. Nigga, you owe some parking tickets. Huh? This shit be like that, bro. They start coming after you for the nigga, you never returned these 2 movies to Blockbuster. Blockbuster don't even exist no more. Nah, nigga, come on, you got to get that up. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, my homeboy used to work at Blockbuster right before they closed, or when they was closing.
Nigga, I know he made it. What's good, Hacks? Motherfucking Hacks is in the building. Yeah, let me tell you something. Blockbusters, I know they took L's, bro. I know for the fact when I was younger, I ain't returned an Xbox.
Oh, you rented an Xbox from Blockbuster?
Think about it. They were the first ones out here talking about, you ain't got a gaming system. Yeah. Like, you ain't never had a gaming system. You want to give it a shot? Put the Blockbusters where you can rent the whole gaming system. I'm like, oh, what? That's what we doing now? God,
yeah, I remember they used to rent Super Nintendos back in the day.
Yeah, before they closed, the last system that they were renting was the Xbox, the Xbox One, the first
OG
generation
Xbox.
of the Xbox. Yeah, that's when no bullshit and Booth. It was the 360. They went out before Xbox One. It was the 360, the white one, the more souped up one. They used to rent that shit.
That was the one that had the Halo 2. The 360.
Yes. The Halo 2 360. I think they used to rent the system out for, what was it? I think it was $22 a day. You had to pay $22 a day to rent the system.
Damn.
But if you got it in like increments of weeks, that they were discounted and stuff like that. I remember that shit.
You might as well just keep that shit.
You might as well buy yourself a system. But you know what niggas was doing? Niggas was, motherfuckers was really renting that shit. $22 a day. And if you got it for the week, they took like $10, $12 off. So you got it discounted for like $80 for the week or something. Motherfuckers wasn't bringing that shit back.
You had a lot of Nintendo games?
To be honest, I didn't. I started collecting the Nintendo games once I saw that the shit was about to go dead, but then it lost value. And then I moved out of a place I was living, and I came back about 6 months later, and all my shit was trashed. They did me dirty like that. Everything was comic books, everything.
My fucking uncle was doing heroin. My other uncle was like, yo, let me hold the PS1. I had like 30 games, expensive games. I came back. Every game was gone. I was like, nigga, you should have stole the PS. I was like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with that?
Exactly, nigga. You left me a fucking controller, you asshole.
No, he didn't steal the controller. He stole all the games.
The games? Oh shit, he didn't steal the system.
Nah, the games was probably worth over $1,000 in games.
Oh my God, Joe. See, look at the chat. That's a classic right there. Oh, I remember that shit. Funko Land. That shit was on Fordham in Webster in the Bronx. I remember on the corner.
Was that an arcade?
The Funko Land where Funko Land before GameStop. Remember Funko Land used to sell the video games, and then GameStop came out and knocked them out?
Nah, I'm from Queens. I don't remember Funko Land.
Oh man, I know in Queens y'all had the KB Toys.
We had KB Toys and GameStop. EB Games, GameStop. Yeah.
Basically, Funko Land used to battle with EB Games. Then EB Games bought out Funko Land, and then eventually EB Games became GameStop. There you go. That's how it started off. Just like I said, the death of Toys R Us. A lot of people say the death of Toys R Us was GameStop. Nah, you know what the death of Toys R Us was? Fucking Walmart. Walmart killed Toys R Us. Because in Walmart, you can get the gaming system and the regular toys. Compared to the GameStop, you could only get like video games and stuff like that. You couldn't get toys. So people thought about it and said, well, why go to Toys R Us? I can go to Walmart and get the toys cheaper, and I can go to GameStop to get the games cheaper. And that's what fucking killed Toys R Us. Kitty City, remember that? Kitty City? The live of Kitty City, turn that smile upside down.
EB Games used to have toys too. Remember EB Games used to have toys?
Something. EB Games when it came out? Yeah, but when EB Games came out, Seymour, they were no fucking joke. They were the best when they came to trading your games back in. Yo, GameStop, when GameStop took over, yo, nigga, how I just bought a game for $65. I played the game. The game is still fresh. I knocked the whole game out in a week. You know people still buying the game. I come back to trade it in. You want to give me $10 and then take the game and sell it for $54.99 used. Get the fuck out of here. Talk about it. They were robbing people. That's why people stopped. That's what was the downfall of GameStop. That's why GameStop is barely alive now. They did people dirty. And even the gaming industry realized that people will stop buying physical memory because, yo, it wasn't worth it. I'm spending $60 on something, and maybe I'm not a collector. I just want to play the game and trade it back and use it towards another game. Nah, get out of here. You want to give me back $10? And then you're going to go back and sell the same game to somebody else for $54.99, and brand new is $59.99. So you just basically taking $6 off. Y'all niggas is horrible, bro.
I remember
going for that.
I was for certain games on PlayStation 1, I was paying over $100. Like
hell yeah, of course.
7,
hey yo, keep it real. Yeah, nah, go ahead. What you said?
I said for Final Fantasy 7, I paid close to $120 for that game. That's the PS1 game.
The most expensive game that I've ever bought, Seymour, I'm not gonna lie to you, was the Gears of War 3 limited edition for the Xbox 360. The one that was in the metal die cast that had the book inside, the poster, the sticker, Gears of War 3, that it had the skull. I paid $132 for that, and that was at the GameStop for that whole metal die cast thing that it came out with all the games. That shit was official, yo.
You still got the metal thing?
I got all my Xbox shit there.
Bro, that metal thing is probably worth bread now.
The last physical game I bought, if I'm not mistaken, was Gears of War 5, just so I could have to continue, because I have every copy of Gears of War. every copy that a physical disc, just so I can say I've had every. And then I just went digital, and that's the shit. Let me tell you something, Hacks. They wilding out with that GTA 6, bro. 300 fucking gigabyte, bro. You know how many people are complaining and filing complaints about that shit? Yo, that if you have like the bootleg PlayStation, you asked out. That's the only thing you can have on your PlayStation is Grand Theft Auto 6, and then you screwed because if any patches come out or any downloads come out, you don't have no space.
It's gonna be that game is probably gonna end up winding up being 1 terabyte game with all the updates.
The game exactly. It starts off at 300 gigabytes. What the fuck?
Wait, some games right now.
That's fucking already.
They got some games right now that are 400 gigs and they're already out.
That's ridiculous, bro. So you basically bought a fucking Xbox for just 2 games. The Xboxes only come with a terabyte. The newer versions, unless you get the 2 terabyte one. But goddamn, that's crazy. I know my boy. He has a PlayStation 5. He says he's not deleting shit off of it. What he's gonna go do is he's gonna go buy a separate hard drive, and he's just gonna use that hard drive specifically for GTA 6. I said that's crazy, bro. Look at Hacks in the chat. That nigga said, "Fuck that! I'm not buying extra memory."
Bro, I got an extra 2 terabyte hard drive, the one that goes inside the computer, the little small shit. That's like the size of this. I got it for like $65. Right now, that shit's going for like $200.
Because these terabytes now, these little extra hard drives, they know what's going on with the gaming industry. PlayStation screwed themselves. You're gonna stop making physical hard copies of games. That's a no-no, yo. That's gonna backfire on their face. They trying to do anything to compete with Xbox, and they losing.
Nintendo.
They're gonna lose a lot of people. Leave. Yeah, Nintendo is always gonna be around. The motherfuckers, man. They cater to kids. Seymour. There's always going to be kids, so that's how they always going to survive. It's the gaming systems that are for the adults that are going to fucking try to coop. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. This is Smoked Out Society, man. I'm Havoc and that's Seymour Kitty, man. We chilling, bro. We're talking about the Xavier Wells case. We're going to put up a little bit of content, a little bit. We just smoking and chilling, man. We shooting the shit.
I had to go to the DMV today, man.
Shit! That was
I had Florida.
Wait, what happened?
No, I had Florida plates. They towed my car. I went to the Bronx tow place where they towed my car. I paid for it to get out the next day. They was like, if they confiscated my plate, so I had no plate. They was like, yo, you got to call the tow truck to take it out. So I had to call the tow truck to take it out. And they was like, yo, if we find your car again, we taking that shit again. So that shit, my shit was sitting for like a month or longer with no plate. Yeah, the NYPD tow.
Motherfuckers, damn.
So I had to fucking switch my Florida plates to New York plates now. So I just got the New York plates from the DMV. That shit was like $330. It wasn't that bad.
I mean, shit, Hacks, what you expect was gonna happen? I'll put your comment up. That is crazy though. That's when I knew the gaming industry was going bananas. When them Nintendo games got retoured, they went for $100 and up. I'm like, damn shit, that's what they doing. This shit is ridiculous, bro. But a lot of this, and I hate to say it, man, I know this is a political channel and we keep it 100 here, but a lot of this is happening because of Donald Trump and them tariffs. All that stuff that has to come in is the taxing on that shit big time. They've said it. The gaming industry people have said it. The reason why this is happening is because it's harder to get these fucking chips for these gaming systems because the people that they getting the chips from are charging more. And now people have to make a choice. Do you want a gaming console? Because check it out. Now, next year, late next year, we all, as video gamers and computer people, have to make a decision now. Like people like me and Seymour, we got to sit there and decide. Do we want the PS6 or the Xbox Helix, or do we rather buy a fucking computer? Because that's what's going to come down to.
I'd rather get the computer because by the time the system comes out, the system got outdated hardware.
Exactly. So basically, these gaming systems that are coming out are basically going to be hybrids, PC hybrids, and video games. So why would I go and spend $1,200? Because that's what and that's another thing. $1,200 for the PS6 Pro, whatever, and then $1,000 to $1,100 for the fucking Xbox Helix. What the fuck are y'all doing? We paying 1 month's rent, a month's worth of rent on a fucking gaming system? No way. There's no fucking way. Come on, what happened to $250? Sleeping outside the Best Buy overnight trying to get one.
You're paying for the brand.
That's fucking crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. I just don't understand this shit, bro. And then Trump didn't make it any easier with all these fucking tariffs and all this shit that we got going on with the shit, the market. That's why shit is so much more fucking expensive. We screwed. But they said that this last Christmas was one of the least spent Christmases in the last 10 to 15 years, bro. That goes to show how tight motherfuckers was this last Christmas. Like, niggas had no money. Seymour? Niggas was broke last Christmas. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Niggas was fucked up.
This shit, last Christmas did worse than the fucking COVID Christmas. And we was locked up. How the fuck is that even possible? That's crazy. Try to get an N64 or Xena now, 200 or better. Oh yeah, of course. Oh, and that was crazy because those gaming systems were like $50, 75, 100. The Nintendos were never that expensive. Everybody was always paying at least $250, $300 for the other brands. Now you paying $200, $350 for the fucking Nintendos, and you in the thousands for the fucking the other brand. Like, this shit is crazy. $100 for physical fucking games now? That's just unreal. And I understand why Sony's doing that because of the, they're trying to cut corners to save money, but then you fuck your player base up. Because what happens if your system crashes or your system gets shut down? All those people that had them digital games, they can't do shit until your system comes back up. Boom, bow. That's horrible. You got a game.
If you got your games all digital and you don't got no internet, you can't play your game.
Exactly. You done. And if they're having technical issues on their end, whether you have internet or not, you can't play your games because their servers are fucked up. That's why I don't understand to now be making systems. So Sony to announce that they're only gonna make systems that are digital, no more on physical hard copy systems. That's crazy. That's bold.
Well, they saving money, not burning this. Sure.
Yeah, but then you lose your play. A lot of the player base is thinking like me and you thinking right now, like, yo, what the fuck happens if I ain't got no internet or the fucking your service go down? I'm screwed. That's gonna push some people towards Xbox.
You're gonna have to mail your PlayStation to Sony and be like, yo, y'all put the game on there yourself. Send my shit back.
That's wild, crazy. And that's the way it should be. If you purchase the game, when you do download it should be on your system permanently. That's fucking crazy that the shit is not physically actually there.
What you should be able to do is to download the game and burn it to a disc, and you could use your own disc. That's what you'll be able to do.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Somebody out there probably has done that shit. All them games that's on their hard drive, they're probably burning them shits to something.
Burn that shit to a disc, put it on a memory card. Oh, the new Nintendo system holds the newest memory cards right now.
That's crazy. This shit is just wild where we at with everything, yo.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tonight, man. 10 to 4.
Nah, nigga, last night I did that shit. I went to work last night at 3 in the afternoon. Yesterday at 3 in the afternoon. I got off at 3:30, got home at 4, got back up to go to work at 6. Fuck out of here. I'm broken.
Fuck that. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be late. Y'all better pay me for the fucking shift too, for the whole shift.
I was spaced fucking to death.
I be late fucking 2 hours every day to my job. Them niggas don't say shit to me.
Because they have no choice. They know your worth.
Right. I seen they had sent out a shift to people for double the pay, and nobody still wanted to pick up the shift.
Nobody trying, man. Right now, motherfuckers ain't trying to work, man. They trying to get the fuck up out of there. What's good? What's good? What's good? I see the chat getting lit again. We got Chino Plush. We got Talkie Is Just in the building. Y'all already know, man. This is Smoked Out Society, home of the Rico Squad. The Queen's in the building. One of our copy towns is in the building. Y'all see the link? Hit it. Come on up. You know what we talking about. If y'all don't, I'm gonna get y'all caught up real quick. There's a video, supposedly, there's a video out there allegedly of the mother of one of the kids who was involved in the Nolan Wells case, which apparently is the judge, the mother who's a judge, at like 4 in the morning, like 3 something in the morning, close to 4 in the morning. Supposedly somebody recorded her, apparently her neighbor, and her and 2 of the boys were on the boat cleaning the boat. They were using chemicals, supposedly in the video, which is now hard to find. The person zoomed in and saw that she was using furulic acid, which is a form of acid or powder to use to clean up blood and shit like that and everything. So there's a legit rumor of that video circulating of her in the middle of the night with 2 of the kids cleaning the fucking boat. This is crazy. Like, this whole shit is looking real fucking bad. Now we could understand why the mom disabled her social media accounts, everything. Like, yo, this is looking really bad on this case. And it's just a matter of hours or a day before we get the autopsy back. Remember, they've had the body already now. You know, tomorrow is Monday. We know something's going to come out.
And they threw his ass in the water. That's what the fuck they did. Because
but I think before that happened,
everybody's saying that the kid left. So if he did left with him, they threw his ass in the water.
I think that, or they killed him on the island and nobody saw. But I think it's more what you said. I think they jumped him on the boat. They fucked him up on that boat really bad. That's why that they needed to use his dental records to identify his face. They probably jacked him up, Seymour, threw him in the water. They booked it. That same day, they took the boat wherever. That's probably the night that they out there at 3 in the morning cleaning that fucking boat for no reason. Because the same day, all 3 of them motherfuckers lawyered up, disabled their social media accounts and everything. The press and the news lied to the people. They told the people that when they got back to the island, they took his phone to his mother. That was a fucking lie. The mother had to track the phone down with the 360 Life Plus to the phone. Then they found his wallet and want somebody else's jump off, and then they got his keys and his car from the front of the house of somebody else. That shit is crazy. Come on now.
How old was the kid, and how old was the kid that he was with?
Yo, they were all between the age of 18 and 19. They were all, none of them were fucking grown. He was about, yo, and the shit is, Nana, he was about to get a D1 offer. He was about to take his football game to the next level at wide receiver. So, like I said, we don't know. We need more information, bro. First of all, they lied and said that they got back inland at 3:30. If that's true, when they looked at the 360 LifeNet, the phone didn't make it back on land until 4:47. And then and then he stood behind and he came back at that time, why do you have his cell phone and he's nowhere to be found? Get the fuck out of here. Why do you have his phone? Why did the phone get back at 4:47? If you guys got back at 3:30, like y'all saying, why is the GPS on the phone saying that phone didn't get back to land until 4:47? That's an hour and a half. What the fuck was going on for that hour and a half? What y'all doing? What was going on? The phone is still showing and pinging over in the island or in the middle and shit like that. What was going on? Think about it, bro. These idiots didn't think, man. They really ain't think this shit out. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see you, Jamal X. I see you, Talkie. It's just the queen of the motherfucking Rico squad. You already know, man. Chino Plush in the building. Hit the chat, hit the link, people. You already know how we do, man. We talking about it, man. We definitely talking about what's going on, man. We still waiting for answers. We probably, a lot of us are gonna get a lot of answers tomorrow, because I'm almost sure they waited with the boom about the autopsy. I believe that's exactly what they were waiting to do. They've had the body now for a hot minute, so we need to see what's going on. Now I got something here that's saying they starting to figure out that there was more than they did more than delete text messages. So this is we got somebody reporting that they did not only with text messages deleted pictures and photos. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
You know, if the feds get the phone, if the feds get the phone, they could bring the memory and bring.
They got it already,
and they can see the shit that got deleted. They can see the shit that got deleted, bro. That's what people don't realize.
No, motherfucking that shit that they be doing, twitching, the Twitch that the kids do, the whatever that shit is that they do, that social media shit. They already cooperating with the boys, because they deleted his social media accounts. They deleted shit off of his phone before they gave the phone up to his parent, like his mom and his aunt knew shit. Matter of fact, let's check this video out here. This shit seems interesting here. They did more than just delete text messages. Let's see what's going on here now. Let's check this shit out real quick. Boom. What else did they delete? Here we go. That's what it's called. What else did they delete? Let's check this shit out. 9 hours ago.
Who's that? The parents?
Yeah, Snapchat. Yeah, they deleted all his Snapchats. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Check this shit out.
I don't hear that shit.
Oh shit. Sorry about that. I rewound. Had it muted. I apologize. Here we go. Check this out, folks. This shit is wild, bro.
And so she was like, hey, like, okay, the boy pulling up the location from chat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. Like it had, I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. Like I'm not, he's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It was on the 4th of July. A boat pulled up to a dock in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. The friends who'd gone out that morning climbed off. The cooler came off. The towels came off. And so did Nolan Williams' phone. Everything made it back to shore. Everything except Nolan. He was 18 years old, a college football player, a kid who by his own father's account could swim. And somehow, on a bright holiday afternoon, surrounded by people he trusted, he ended up alone on a wild, empty island miles out in the Gulf, with no phone, with no ride, and no way to call anyone. 2 days later, a park ranger found his body in the water. Now here's the thing I need you to sit with. When something terrible happens and the people standing closest to it come from families with titles and connections, we've all seen how these stories tend to end. The investigation gets quiet. The word accident shows up fast. And the family that's actually grieving spends years just trying to get somebody to look them in the eye and tell them the truth. Because that's the fear hanging over this whole case. Because Nolan's family says his text messages, the ones on that phone that came back without him, appear to have been wiped, gone, deleted before they ever got the device back. And the people who were with him, a group of them lawyered up almost immediately, set their social media to private, went quiet. So the question everybody's asking is simple, and it's brutal. What are his friends hiding? Because their stories don't line up. One version says Nolan chose to stay behind. Another says he was heading right back to the boat. Somebody's account is wrong, and the young man is dead. We're going to walk through every piece of it, and I'm going to show you exactly where the stories crack. Welcome back to the Strange Bar and Grill. I'm your host, JP, and I'm just skipping that typical intro, and we're just going to jump right in. Let's start with who he actually lost, because he deserves that. Nolan.
So this shit is crazy. You see how this shit is already? You see how this shit is crazy?
Yeah, the fucking AI shit is bullshit, though.
I mean, yeah, he's basically telling us shit that we already know. So this is probably, yeah, let me see if I can find something a little bit more newsworthy. Yeah, but that was the video. Let's see what else we got up here, bro. Because this whole shit is crazy. I'm trying to get something like currently that just happened. I don't know, fucking old. Hey, everybody's talking about. Let's just think with the Jericho. Stop it. Hold on, but this is a content creator. Hold on a second. Strange Bar and Grill. This is a content creator. Hold on a second. I'm gonna let him spin. Let's see what he says about this. Hold on.
Phone. Everything made it back to shore. Everything except Nolan. He was 18 years old, a college football player, a kid who, by his own father's account, could swim, and somehow the kind of kid the whole town cheered on for Friday nights. He went on to play wide receiver for Southwest Mississippi Community College and was getting ready for the upcoming season. His high school coach, Jake Bramlett, said Nolan was the kind of son, teammate, friend, and student that every coach hopes to have, and that he carried himself with humility, treated others with respect, worked hard, and led by example. His principal, Dr. Jacob Dykes, called him an extremely kind and hardworking young man. His mom is Christian Wansley. His dad is Elmore Wansley. And his dad said something that matters a lot in this case. His son could swim. This wasn't a kid who was scared of water. His father called him an elite athlete. Keep that in your back pocket, because it's going to come up again. Now let's talk about where this happened, because the location is everything. Horn Island isn't a beach resort. It's a long, skinny barrier island that sits several miles off the Mississippi coast, about 10 miles out, and it's part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore. It's roughly a dozen miles long and less than a mile wide in most spots. Congress made it a protected wilderness area back in 1978. So here's what that means in plain English. There's nothing out there. No hotels, no roads, no stores, no lifeguards. The National Park Service flat out warns that the island has no staff, no drinking water, no shelter, and no way to communicate. You can only get there by private boat. And this is important. There are no surveillance cameras anywhere on it. The sheriff confirmed that himself. So picture it.
Wow.
If you get left on Horn Island with no phone, you can't call for a ride. You can't text a friend. You can't do anything but wait and hope somebody comes back for you. It's genuinely one of the most isolated places you could possibly be stranded a short boat ride from a major American coastline. And that's where Nolan spent his last hours.
More on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells. We're joined by his parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, as well as their attorney, Ben Crump. And before we get started, first off, I want to thank you for being here under these circumstances. Know how extremely tough it must be, and we can express our how sorry we are for you and your family. And first question, how are you two holding up?
Taking it second by second.
Day by day.
Second by second and day by day, which we all can understand. And I just want to ask you, the friends.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit hasn't hit the father yet. You know that, right? You could tell. When I keep seeing the father still looks like he's in shock. I don't think it's hit him yet, you know. I don't think that father, that shit got him fucked up in the game right now, yo. Even though he has other kids and everything, but I don't think that shit really hit him yet, yo.
That Nolan traveled to Horn Island with. They say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would. Like,
I don't know why he would. We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay with a group. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in college, he would say, Dad, well, we're going to ride down to a party or something in another city. So I always tell him, look, if you go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not separate from the group. Mm-hmm. I always say safety is in numbers. Mm-hmm. And he always said, yes, sir. So he knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group.
Here's the timeline, as best as the reporting lets us put it together. On Saturday, July 4th, Nolan went out to Horn Island to celebrate the holiday. The boat left from a private dock in the Ocean Springs area, according to the Jackson County Sheriff. He went with a group of friends. And here's a detail that's been at the center of this from day one. Nolan was black, and the friends pictured with him on the boat that day were white. In the Deep South, that context is part of why this case exploded the way it did. And we'll come back to it. Nolan was last seen around 3 p.m. He was shirtless, wearing blue swim trunks and sunglasses. In the last photos his mother shared, he's smiling, arm in arm with a friend, a red beaded necklace around his neck. Just a happy kid on holiday. At some point, he got separated from his phone. Now, they say it was left on the boat, but was it left on the boat or did someone take it from him after they did something to him? Let me know what you guys think. I'm leaning more towards the latter because teens don't leave their phones behind. Hell, I'm in my 40s and I keep my phone on me. I don't get separated from my phone. At around 4:30 p.m., the boat he'd come out on headed back to the mainland. And according to the mother of one of the friends, they left because the boat was taking on water and had a problem with the bilge pump. That's the pump that clears water out of the bottom of the boat. And they left without Nolan. Their explanation? They thought he'd catch a ride back with somebody else. That's some BS. But what really happened? You're on a wilderness island, reachable only by boat. Your buddy isn't on your boat, and you fire up the engine and go, figuring, hey, I guess he'll just probably find another ride. Nobody counts heads, nobody makes a call, nobody circles back. On an island with no cell service, where catching another ride isn't like grabbing an Uber. It's the difference between getting home and being stranded in the dark. I think something happened, and they either left him on purpose or he couldn't get on the boat because he was already gone. For all we know, he was on that boat to go back and something took place and they threw him overboard. Now, I can't confirm that he was thrown.
Damn. You see, everyone keeps coming with the same conclusion, people. I'm going to pause that for a minute right there. You see what I'm saying, Nana? Everyone keeps coming with the same fucking conclusion. The math ain't mathing. Either y'all fucked him up on the island or y'all fucked him up on that boat and y'all threw him overboard. My question is, I want this autopsy to come back already. I want to know why they needed to do dental recognition. Why was his face not recognizable? Well, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. Everybody's coming up with the same conclusion, folks. Everyone's saying the same shit. The math ain't mathing. Let's keep going a little bit further.
On overboard, but I do want to circle back to this later in a different section. When Nolan didn't come home, his mother, Christine, called the Jackson County Sheriff's Department around midnight to report her son missing. On Sunday, the search kicked into gear. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office set up a command post at the Lake Mars boat launch. The Coast Guard sent a helicopter. You had the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, the Gulf Islands National Seashore, the National Park Service, the Harrison County Sheriff's Office, the Biloxi Fire Department, and a volunteer group called...
I don't see you, Chino. You in the back? What? I'm confused as fuck. You gotta be confused as fuck right now, Chino.
If anybody does get convicted, they probably gonna do like 7 years or some shit, bro. Not even a long time.
No, I think the minimum 10 because they're gonna show like these niggas was trying to cover this shit up, bro. Like this is bad. You got evidence tampering with and shit like that of what is being said is true. Like this shit is weird as fuck, man. Let me keep playing this because this is on it.
I don't know how the police should have fucking damn, man.
Like I don't know how the cops miss all this. This is crazy. Come on, man.
The police didn't fucking confiscate the boat for evidence.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is going on here? You don't fucking assume the worst. We just, it was an accident. Get the fuck out of here. Then why do you need dental records to identify the body? You don't think it's funny that all the kids lawyered up before you guys even went to talk to them?
You gotta type in how long does it take for a face in salt water to get fucked up?
Here we go. How long does it take for a human face to decompose in salt water?
Salt water usually loses its features within a few days to 2 weeks. However, if there are many scavengers, it can be completely stripped to the bone in just 3 to 4 days.
Did you hear that?
There was probably fish plucking at him, man, and crabs.
Damn, but in less than 24 hours?
Yeah, man, motherfucking crabs would be on your ass, man.
Oh, man, this is crazy, bro. This shit is... Yeah, you right, Hacks. This shit is sus. This shit is crazy, bro. Let's play this.
The United Cajun Navy, who put aircraft in the air. While all this was happening, Nolan's phone was showing his location as active, and it freaked people out online because it looked like he was still moving. His mom had to get on Facebook and explain that she and Nolan's father had the phone. They were the ones holding it during the search. The phone was home. Their son wasn't. And again, we're going to circle back and talk about that phone as well, because the way the parents got the phone back and what they discovered on the phone, or lack thereof, is very wild. The search ran more than 40 hours. And on Monday morning, July 6th, around 8:45 a.m., a National Park Service ranger doing his morning rounds found a body in the water off the northwestern tip of Horn Island. The United Cajun Navy's National Vice President, Brian Trasher, was actually flying a search grid overhead around 6:30 that morning. His exact words, "My belief is he just washed up within that time period because we were flying a long grid north and south. It was just a park ranger doing his morning rounds." He also said that the body was not waterlogged. That morning, the family was brought to the boat launch, then to the coroner's office in Pascagoula. By early afternoon, Nolan's mother confirmed on Facebook that the young man found on Horn Island was her son. The next day, the Jackson County coroner, Bruce Lind, confirmed the identity using dental records. Right now, Nolan's grandfather, Christopher Wells Sr., said out loud what a lot of people were thinking. He posted, "Too many unanswered questions. How can an island that was searched yesterday produce my grandson's body this morning?" And he wrote, There's nothing right about this. He also asked another pointed question online about a video, a big fight that people said happened on the island Saturday evening before everyone left. Where was that video? But here's what law enforcement has said. Investigators told Good Morning America they suspected Nolan drowned, but they've stressed the investigation is still active and ongoing. Sheriff John Ledbetter told TMZ that so far detectives haven't found
it up and dumped it off again.
Bro, that's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm thinking
they dumped the
that's
body.
the gap we got. That's the gap we got, bro. In that hour gap, they probably fucking killed him on that boat, booked it to the fucking land, went and probably told somebody or said something. But the thing is, we gotta see what they say about the cell phone, because remember the 360 LifeNet shows when the phone comes back to land. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. You see, people were freaking out because his parents had his phone, and they were thinking that was him while they were looking. So that LifeNet shit is no joke. That LifeNet is gonna show everything that happened with that phone. Trust and believe. The boys, the feds, they are digging. They deleted his Snap account, everything. Like, get out of here. Y'all niggas is suspect like a motherfucker. And then y'all didn't even give up his personal belongings. They had to track him down. Why the fuck do you still got his phone? Why didn't you come and give up his phone like you supposedly said y'all did? Which is another fucking lie. And then y'all had his car and his wallet and his keys. Get out of here. That's crazy, yo. That's straight wild. And then this nigga here, he's funny. He's supposed to be the supposed investigator, something like that. This dude is funny as hell. You can see it's written all over his face. He's capping. He's capping. Talk about he drowned. He capping. Listen to what they say about that dude.
a big fight that people said happened on the island Saturday evening before everyone left. Where was that video? But here's what law enforcement has said. Investigators told Good Morning America they suspected Nolan drowned, but they've stressed the investigation is still active and ongoing. Sheriff John Ledbetter told TMZ that so far detectives haven't found evidence that a crime took place, but he was careful to add that could change if new evidence comes to light. He also said there are no cameras on the island, which makes photos and videos from that day incredibly valuable. And the sheriff's office made a very specific public request. They asked for original, unedited photos and videos from the northwest tip of Horn Island on July 4th. And I'm quoting the request here. Particularly those depicting alleged altercations or containing images of or believed to include Nolan Wells. Now think about the wording there. The sheriff's own office is asking the public for footage of a possible fight. That's not the language you use when nothing happened.
Exactly. You see, that's how I said they snitched on themselves. They basically snitched. Why did you need to identify the body with fucking dental records? I believe his face was fucked up, and they saw that shit. Nana, his face was jacked the fuck up, and that's why they needed dental records to identify him. I believe they jumped him on that boat, bro. They gave him the business.
Nah, he probably fought him. They probably fucking drowned. He probably drowned in the water. They probably put his body somewhere, left it, came back, and it was like, all right, we should do that with the body, put it somewhere else, and fucking came back and did all that bullshit.
But the thing is, they couldn't have. You know why? Because once he was reported missing on the 4th, that he didn't come back home that night, the boys were already out there. The boats were out there looking for him and everything. There's no way.
I mean, in the very beginning, they probably put his body somewhere. Because remember, it was a long time before they came back, right?
I mean, they're saying there's like an hour and something's not mathing.
Yeah, that gap, they probably put his body somewhere. They was probably like, all right, that's not a good spot. Let's move it somewhere else. They probably went back and moved it somewhere else. And fucking then came back.
This shit is wild, bro.
On Tuesday, July 7th, Nolan's family retained one of the most recognizable civil rights attorneys in the country, Ben Crump. And now, if you follow these cases at all, you know that name. His statement was direct. Nolan Wells was a beloved son, teammate, and a friend who went out to celebrate the 4th of July and never came home. His family
Man, it
deserves
sounds like
answers.
they killed his ass.
They deserve the truth. But here's what happened on the other side.
What happened?
It sounds like they probably killed his ass as soon as they left the mainland. Because they don't got no pictures or no video of him on the island, right? They just got he said, she said.
The only thing that we've seen so far was the one of in the video that they show him yelling, "Give me my fucking phone back," some shit like that. That's what the audio experts and shit and stuff like that are saying. They can hear him yelling, "Give me my fucking phone back," something like that. But look at him here in this photo with football players. Remember, he was about to get a shot at a D1 school. Like, he had an incredible year too. That's another thing. You know, I'm just thinking outside. Jealousy that he was getting a shot and they weren't.
Right.
I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box. But let's see. This guy's showing pictures and stuff. Let's see what's going on here.
And now, if you follow these cases at all, you know that name. His statement was direct. Nolan Wells was a beloved son, teammate, and a friend who went out to celebrate the 4th of July and never came home. His family deserves answers. They deserve the truth. But here's what happened on the other side. According to reporting from Atlanta Black Star, 5 young people connected to the trip, Eli Jax Patalo, Eric Alcantara, Wyatt Pyron, Warren Hudson, and Morgan Seymour, switched their social media accounts to private, and several of the friends retained their own attorneys. Now, I want to be straight about the facts here because law enforcement has not publicly confirmed the identities of everyone who was with Nolan, and the private account detail comes from that outlet's reporting. But think about the optics. Your friend is missing, then your friend is dead, and your first instinct is to hire a defense lawyer and lock your Instagram. That's not what innocent, grieving people usually do first. That's what people do when someone's told them to stop talking. And this is where the influence piece comes in, because one of the...
Okay, so that's basically confirming it was 5 people. That kind of makes sense because he's on the boat with 3 other people. Who's the one that took the picture? Okay. There was 5 people on that boat. Now, you see how this shit is getting fucking messy? This is wild now, bro. It's getting messy, people. Yo, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, smash, hit the like button. This is Smoked Out Society, man. I'm having 3E, man. That's Nana, man. We talking about
Who's in the chat? Who's in the how many's in the chat?
I got 5 people in the building, so you know we don't know if we got bush watchers or not, but we know Hacks is definitely in the chat. Tino Plus is in the chat. I know Talkie is Jess is watching. Jamar X, I know you probably watching the show too. You stay watching. You know what I mean? That's probably who's actually watching right now. Let's get back to the video because this shit getting spicy right now. Definitely getting spicy. Axe is one of the people.
Young man on that trip, Warren, is the son of Ashley Cole. And Ashley Cole is a judge. Specifically, she's a Chancery Court judge for Mississippi's 16th Chancery District, District 16-2, covering George, Greene, and Jackson counties. She was elected to the bench in 2022, beating the incumbent. Before that, she ran her own family law practice, the Cole Law Firm in Hurley, Mississippi, University of Alabama undergrad, Ole Miss Law School. So one of the kids who came home without Nolan has a sitting judge for a mom in the same county where this death is being investigated. Judge Cole spoke publicly. She deactivated her Facebook at first, which lit the internet on fire. Then she came back with a long statement. She said she and her husband were not on Horn Island on the 4th. She said her son loved Nolan dearly. She said Warren last saw Nolan around 3 p.m. and the group left around 4:30 p.m. when the boat started taking on water. In her words, Nolan made a decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. She addressed the social media deactivation too. She said she feared for the safety of her children, wrote that, "We live in a world of clickbaiting." And then she added, "Yes, I am a judge. I also value transparency. I apologize if anyone was offended that I deleted my social media. There were no nefarious motivations." I find the timing of that questionable. Was she actually a concerned mom or a judge who knows exactly how evidence and optics works? She says there was nothing to it, but here's the plain truth about influence. Just knowing a local judge's kid is involved can change how careful or how quiet an investigation gets. That's not an accusation. That's just how the world works. And it's exactly what Nolan's family is afraid of. It's what we're all afraid of. It's that power of privilege. Now, was there a girl involved? So yes and no. Nolan didn't have a publicly known girlfriend, but on the island that day, he was seen talking with a young woman he'd apparently just met. The incident commander for the United Cajun Navy said the friends recalled Nolan talking to a young lady shortly before he got separated from the group and his phone. Her name has been reported as Katie, and her family stepped forward. Her sister said Katie had just met Nolan that day and that the two parted ways, and that Katie said Nolan was getting back on the boat he came in on. Katie went home safely with her family on a different boat. Her family said she has cooperated fully with law enforcement and shared everything she knew. So here's the picture. The girls talking, the girls' families talking, Nolan's family is talking, investigators are talking to Katie. Everybody in the story seems to be cooperating, except the group that Nolan actually came to the island with, the ones who left on the boat, the ones who set their accounts to private and got lawyers. Feel the difference yet? Okay, now this is the heart of it. This is where the stories begin to crack. And I promise.
Y'all seeing this, folks? This is somebody who's putting everything together for us and breaking it down. We're going to keep playing this, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it, man. Make sure you subscribe, smash, hit the like button, man. This is Smoked Out Society. We in the building, yo.
I'd show you exactly where. Ben Crump laid it out plainly. Here's the conflict. The young woman, Katie, gave her account. According to Crump, she said that after they finished talking, Nolan told her he was getting back on the boat. The boys on the boat gave a totally different account. They said Nolan told them he was going to stay behind with her. She did not corroborate that at all. Those two stories cannot both be true. As Crump put it, she's saying he got on the boat. They're saying he didn't get on the boat to stay with her. So one side says he was heading back to the boat. The other side says he chose to stay. And the only people saying he chose to stay are the people who drove away without him. That's the version that conveniently means nobody did anything wrong, right? That's the version that turns a dead teenager into his own bad decision. There's the argument. And it gets worse. Crump told ABC News that investigators continue to tell the family that we don't see any evidence of any foul play. Even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on the boats, Crump described that altercation as Nolan and somebody yelling at another on the boat. Remember the grandfather asking, "Where's the video of the big fight?" Remember the sheriff's office specifically asking the public for footage of alleged altercations? There's a video that's been circulating, shot from a boat near the shore, that shows a crowded beach. And at one point, you can hear arguing in the background before the camera pans to a group of young men. People online believe one of them is Nolan. Authorities have not confirmed whether that video is real or connected to the case, but the fact that multiple independent threads, the grandfather, the sheriff's request, the attorney, the eyewitness chatter, all point to a fight, that's not nothing. Crump also offered a possible reason it started. According to the attorney, there was a big argument because Nolan, a serious student athlete, made it clear he didn't want to put anything in his system. He had a big workout coming that Monday. And I've heard people saying that they've had like some coca, some of that Coca-Cola. That's what they're doing on that boat. And apparently Nolan wanted no part of that. To me, that sounds like some peer pressure, and Nolan pushed back on it. And
wow, so now we got drugs being involved in this. I'm telling you, this is crazy. This shit is getting crazy. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why is so much shit coming out now? Other shit. This is wild. I never heard nothing about no drugs. That's the first time I'm hearing anything about fucking drugs.
If that's true, it reframes the whole he chose to stay narrative into something a lot uglier. Now, back to that phone. The friends took Nolan's phone with them when they left the island. It was on the boat. They brought it back to the mainland and it was returned to his family, eventually. And when the family got it back, Crump says the messages had been deleted. Let me quote him. The guys on the boat, they said Nolan stayed, but they took his cell phone. That's not adding up to them. The fact that when the family gets the cell phone back, they're saying they're trying to understand why there are deleted messages. So it's very concerning to them. Crump made another point that's just common sense. He called it very implausible that Nolan would have not wanted his cell phone with him if he was going to stay on the island. Think about it. You're 18, you're going to stay behind on an island by yourself, waiting on another ride. The one thing you absolutely keep is your phone, your only lifeline. But somehow the phone goes home on the boat and Nolan stays behind with no way to reach anybody. And then the messages are missing. I also want to point out that the missing phone wasn't just returned to Nolan's family. Nolan's family had friends track the phone down in order to get it returned. When they got the phone back, all the pictures were deleted from that day as well.
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her two sons, Jalen and Javon, like they grew up together. They played City League sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, hey, like, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. Like I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. Like I'm not. He's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone. They tracked it, and that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who says, if you believe that story, I'm gonna stay behind and I'm gonna leave my phone. I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then there's so many things their parents are telling us about. Even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
So let's count up the somehows. Somehow Nolan stayed behind. Somehow his phone left without him. Somehow messages got deleted before the family got it back. Somehow the search of the island came up empty one day and produced his body the next. That's a lot of somehow for a case investigators want to call an accident. The state medical examiner performed an autopsy on Tuesday, July 7th, but the cause and manner of death weren't released. Officials said the full results, including toxicology, could take a couple of weeks. Nolan's family isn't waiting. They ordered a second independent autopsy, and to get it, they had Nolan's body flown hundreds of miles away to Washington, D.C., so another examiner with no ties to Mississippi could look at him. I also want to point out Colin Kaepernick paid for his body to be flown out there. Crump said that the second exam would determine whether Nolan had any physical injuries to his body beyond drowning, and that results were expected as soon as Friday, July 10th. Think about what it means for a grieving family to say, we don't trust the autopsy in our own state, so we're putting our son on a plane to the nation's capital to get an honest one. That's the level of distrust we're dealing with. Crump said it directly. The family has concerns about the state of Mississippi doing an investigation of the death of a young black man where young white students may be looked at as having some culpability. Crump summed up the family's whole position in one sentence. They don't want investigators to just wrap up this investigation and say, oh, well, it was just an accident and sweep it under the rug, because we've seen that many times before. And that fear didn't come from nowhere. People online quickly connected Nolan's case to others. Black Americans who died in circumstances their families never accepted as accidents, where the official ruling came fast and the questions never got answered. Crump himself framed what he wants. He said this case should be investigated as thoroughly as if it were 3 black boys and a white boy who was with them ended up dead, flipping the racial script to make the point about how seriously it should be taken. This is the pattern that makes people so uneasy. When the person who died is a working family's kid and the people around them have lawyers, titles, and connections, the outcome too often depends less on what happened and more on who can afford to shape the story. Nolan's family is trying to make sure that doesn't happen here. A phone can't feel guilt. It just goes where it's carried. And on the 4th of July, Nolan's phone got carried home, safe, dry, and quiet, by the same people who left him behind. Nolan should have been the one carrying that phone. But that's all I got for you today on this case. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section. But with that, let's get into some member shout out.
Y'all see that shit, folks? That shit wild, bro. That shit is absolutely wild. Everybody is saying the same thing. Not one person thinks this shit is a shut and closed case. Something's not right here. Them boys did something to that kid, bro. And now we finding out it wasn't even 3, it was 5. Come on, man. Because if it's believed to believe it, and it makes sense. Somebody had to snap that picture of them. So somebody else was on the boat. Yeah, man, something not right here, man. That shit's not mathing. That shit ain't mathing, people. Somebody about to be in some trouble. You right, Hacks. A lot of this shit is gonna come out because of that phone. That phone's about to be the motherfucking answer to everything. Let me see. What the hell is this right here? Some bullshit. This shit is crazy. Let me play this for y'all real quick. Matter of fact, nah. Let me hold off on that. I need to go use the restroom real quick. Play some music here real quick. Actually, I know what I'm gonna play for y'all. Here we go. Y'all need to subscribe to Latinas Sin Filtro. Latinas Without Filter. Y'all need to subscribe. This shit is official. Check it out.
Enes Beats on the track. Enes Beats on the track.
I'm back, people. I'm back. Sorry about that. I have to go use the bathroom real quick. Have to go use the restroom. Oh, man. Funny how everything revolves around the phone, huh? Yeah, I mean, that phone is going to be the downfall to these kids if you think about it. This shit is sick. It's crazy. The fact that these fuckers really didn't think, I don't think, because it's just crazy, man. There's no reason to be doing this, man. It's fucking is horrible, yo. That's all I can think of. It's horrible. Fuck. Are you serious? Oh shit, nigga gotta go to the store. Get the fuck out of here. No way. Damn. Damn, an hour and 5 minutes. I don't really want to end this shit. I was chilling with y'all. I need to go to the store though, yo. I need to go to the store. I could take y'all with me. I don't feel like doing that either. All right, folks. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this, and then I'm gonna go to the store, get a couple of things I need, and I'm gonna come back and I'll probably jump on live again, see where we at, where everybody at. Because there's only like 4 people in the building right now. Shout out to the Bush Watchers. Y'all already know, man. It's a smoked out society. You know, shit is coming out about this case, but yeah, it's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna go ahead. I need to go to the store anyway. I got the munchies anyway. Fuck that shit. I'll probably go a little bit live later and shit. You already know, Hacks. I'll probably go back a little bit live a little bit later when everybody else jumps on and shit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go hit the store real quick. Yeah, that's what's up. Out of here, people. Y'all already know. Smoked Out Society. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I appreciate everybody that came through, man. I'll be back on in a little bit. Let me just go do a couple of things. I'll see you in a little bit. Smoked Out. We out.